continuation of the PFL tournament. And welcome, Clay Collard. Clay, how are you?
I'm doing very well, thank you.
We appreciate your time. Talk about, and I love the tournament. I love everything about it. So, let's talk about that. But is it now you don't even thinking it's the tournament anymore? Because now if you lose, everything is over, where during the tournament, obviously, every fight matters, but you can still make this tournament.
Yeah, I mean, preseason you're shooting for points. So we were lucky enough in our first fight to get a 5-point knockout in the second round. That got us enough points to make it to this point. So in those first couple fights, you're looking for finishes and you're looking to score as high as possible. Now, I mean, it definitely still is the tournament because we're working for that belt, but I mean, you lose, you go home, so the pressure's on.
Does your particular game plan, and not talking game plan per se, but does that change now that, the point system is out and now it's whatever it takes to win to continue on?
For sure. I pride myself on putting on shows and being exciting and being an exciting fighter. And with this matchup and this guy and where we're at in the tournament, I'm just trying to win. I'm gonna do everything in my power possibly to win, and that might be being a little more boring than I usually like to fight.
Clay, it's Mike here. It's funny you say that because everybody has a game plan going in, and you're saying you're going to be boring, but I can't see you being boring ever. So I'm kind of thinking you're going in with this mindset, but once the fight starts, you might just go and go all out like you usually do.
Yeah, like I said, man, I pride myself on being that exciting fight, and I don't think I've really ever been in a boring fight. So I just know with this matchup, this guy's going to try to grapple me. He's going to try to hold me down. He's going to try to eke out a win that way. So it's going to be a lot of moving, a lot of dancing around, and a lot of jabs. For the most part, but you never know with me, man.
You remind me of like a young Eddie Alvarez. I don't know if you saw Eddie when he was fighting in Pride and in Dream. He was like one of the most exciting lightweight fighters, and you remind me a lot of him in his younger days. I read on Sherdog that you said that you didn't put on a pair of gloves once during the whole camp. You were basically working on your ground game. Is that true, or was that just hyperbole?
No, I put on a pair of gloves I think two weeks ago was the first time all camp. I just don't see this guy I feel like I'm light years ahead of him when it comes to the striking game with my boxing and my movement and things like that. So he's a black belt in jiu-jitsu. He's got 2 submission wins to get him that number 1 seed. So in my mind, it's I gotta prepare for this guy to grapple me, and I just feel I'm light years ahead on the feet. So our focus was 100% grapple.
So Clay, before you came on the segment, we talked about the Guardian caps in NFL and concussions, and we were talking about soccer, how the headers and the ball, the impact. I saw you walk out with the Real Salt Lake soccer team. So, do you play soccer? Have you taken headers from soccer, and which one's more impactful, a head kick or a jab, or a header, cross center?
Yeah, that's a good question.
So I've actually never played soccer. I was there part of the PFL. So I couldn't give you the answer there, but I have been kicked in the head a couple times. Now, I've never been knocked out. Nobody's ever put me out, but I fought early in my career a guy named Justin Buckles, and I took a shin bone to the head, and it definitely has a lot of impact.
So Clay, I know you don't know me personally,
and you're lucky for that.
But apparently you did beat me in competition already.
How's that?
So we competed in the Mr. Health and Fitness competition online. I went in with the pizza diet body that earned me, national recognition for being a champion. and I only got 7th place. Clay, you finished at 4th place, so congratulations, my brother.
That's
I want
awesome.
a rematch.
That's awesome.
I think you ate non-healthy food to achieve it. I ate pizza.
Okay,
Thank you. That is awesome.
That is awesome, man.
Yeah, I rallied all my people online to get some votes for me. So
well, that's why you didn't do better, because you don't have friends to vote for
Right,
you, Matt.
Dang it.
That's what it
there
was.
you go.
It was.
Perfect. Let me ask you this: you said that you haven't played soccer. What other sports, do you enjoy? Do you watch? Do you follow, if any?
So, man, I always tell people if I was a little bigger, I would have tried to play football. I just didn't have the size, especially I was a middle linebacker in high school. So, being a 170-pound middle linebacker, I just knew I wasn't going to make it far in that sport. So, I'm a big-time wrestler.
Yep.
I've been boxing since a very young age, so a lot of combat sports. Anything with contact, I loved. So, yeah, football. I'm from a small town. We didn't have a hockey team, but I think I would have liked playing hockey too.
No, it definitely sounds it. I always ask our guests, about collecting. Fans are always getting pictures and autographs of you and other fighters and such. Do you collect anything? What do you look for, in your hobby of collecting? And is there an item somewhere that you would like to obtain at some point?
Oh, man, to be honest with you, I'm not really big on collecting stuff. I do have a handful of Avatar The Last Airbender toys that I've been collecting. I know when I was younger, my mom bought me a bunch of Star Wars toys and put them up in the closet. I didn't get to open them, so
Nice.
I have a pretty big Star Wars collection, just nerdy stuff like that, I guess.
That's awesome.
Well, I wouldn't necessarily say nerdy stuff. I would say very valuable stuff.
Yeah, I mean, those episode ones, I mean, the boxes are getting a little beat up, but they're still mint condition in the box, so.
That's great.
Good stuff.
So, Clay, I got to tell you my Star Wars story. So I was young. I was a kid. My mom promised me Luke Skywalker. I looked forward to it. We went to Target, but at that time, Cabbage Patch Kids were the hot craze. They couldn't find them on the shelves. People were fighting in the stores, like literally fist fights over the Cabbage Patch dolls. So my mom only had enough money to get the doll for my sister. So I didn't get my Luke Skywalker. I was devastated. Next day, I came home, Tonka truck sitting on my table. My mom thought she did something good for me. She was like, hey, I couldn't get you your toy, got you the Tonka truck instead. And I said, Mom, how am I going to fight the forces of evil in a Tonka truck? I can't run over them.
In a Tonka truck.
And I never got my Luke Skywalker.
Yeah, man.
And dreams were
we
crushed.
got Halloween coming up. I think I'm gonna buy me a pretty sick Jedi costume and be a Jedi for Halloween this year.
Well, may the force be with you.
Very
my
good
brother.
stuff.
Well, Clay, this
Thank you.
PFL tournament has been so exciting to watch. The $1 million prize at the end of the tournament is something that has changed the game as far as MMA promotions are concerned. PFL has done a really great job. What's that going to be like if winning that $1 million?
Man, I've been trying to do that for 3-4 years now. I feel like my first year was kind of the rug was pulled out from under me. I thought I did enough to win the semifinal fight, and then I lost a unanimous decision. So that was in Florida. So we're back in Florida.
Yeah.
So
That's
I'm not
heartbreaking.
trying to
Clay.
leave it to the judges.
Yep, that's heartbreaking.
But yeah. So I mean, not only me but my family. Like it would mean the world to me to get that money from my family to set us up for the future, get us into a bigger house. I think there's 6 of us right now in a 3-bedroom, and I've been working on getting us out of there and getting us into a bigger house. So the $1 million would definitely help with that.
I know that the $1 million minus the taxes and all the expenses you have to pay will go in the bank. But where will you put the big cardboard check?
Oh man, we're probably gonna put that right under the belt above my fireplace.
Nice.
The perfect place. Clay, thank you for your time. We can't wait to watch you in action this weekend. I know we have your address. We're going to send you a care package from 8 Man Strong, as well as one from Bucked Up Energy Drink as well.
Awesome. I appreciate that, guys, and I hope you have a wonderful evening.
You as well. Clay Collard back at it, PFL. The tournament continues. Down south, the lightweight tournament gets them closer to that final goal. All right, let's go hit a quick break.
That's the only loss on my record. I'm undefeated except I lost to Clay.
Well, at least you lost to Clay. At least he's going to be a PFL champion.
I'll take one of your big paper checks as a consolation prize.
We'll be right back.
This is Russ Hochstein, and you're talking sports with Randy Harris.
This is the Tan Talk Radio Network. Got bills?